back to LoboTrax.
I'm Lila Devaney.
I'm Giada Damana.
We have a great show lined up for you today.
First off is sports.
Welcome to sports.
I'm Carson Hilblink.
And I'm Finley Arneson. Congratulations to our volleyball team, who varsity won 3-0 and JV won 2-0.
Tomorrow there is a tennis match playing in Evergreen and a volleyball match playing in Silver Creek. That's all we have for sports. Back to the studio.
Great job to our Lobos. You guys did great out there. Where are we going next?
Weather!
I'm Wyatt Damiani.
And I'm Kai Brennan.
And welcome to weather. We've got some good weather for you today. Into the temps. Today is going to be a low of 45 degrees with a high of 64 degrees and a 60% chance of stormy weather. It might even be storming right now.
And tomorrow, we have a low of 46 degrees and a high of 63 degrees with a 50% chance of stormy weather. More rain.
And on Friday, it's going to be a low of 45 degrees with a high of 66 degrees and a 20% chance of rain.
Hey Wyatt, how did the barber win the race?
I don't know. How did he?
He knew a shortcut. Back to Lila and Giada.
Welcome back from weather. Lila, how do you feel about the rain?
I hate it. My hair's gonna get curly.
Yeah. Can't say I'm a fan, but, well, we're going off the mountain.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Off the Mountain. I'm your host, Wyatt Damiani, and I've got some good news stories for you today in case you missed them. First up, gas prices are predicted to fall to the lowest level since 2020. They are expected to average $3.15 per gallon. Analysts said the dip in prices is due to a shift in winter blend gas and decreased demand as summer winds down. Your next story for today. The de minimis tariff exemption on low-value packages coming into the U.S. has ended at midnight. Packages with goods worth less than $800 will now be subject to tariffs, and the tariff rate will depend on the country of origin. Nearly 1.4 billion packages entered the U.S. under the de minimis exemption in 2024, or about 4 million packages a day, illustrating the gravity of this new decision. And your final story for today. The U.S. Coast Guard is operating two polar icebreakers, the Healy and the Stoas, in the Arctic simultaneously for the first time since 2013. Rising maritime activity from Russia, China, and other nations is driving the U.S. to reassert its Arctic presence, with the Healy conducting science missions and the Stoas on its first Arctic patrol. Long-term plans to deliver new polar security cutters are delayed until at least 2030, leaving the U.S. reliant on a limited and aging icebreaker fleet. And that is all I have for you for Off the Mountain. I'll see you next time.
Welcome back from Off the Mountain. Lila, those gas prices.
They're bombastically low, if you will. But, you know, it's not really a big difference for me because I don't actually pay for my gas.
That's lucky.
Shout out my mom.
I'm gonna go for a drive. But next off is back to school night.
Tell me a little bit about your club. So I'm here for robotics. Robotics is a non-combat robotics team. So we get given a game every year and we just compete against other robotics teams like us.
What's your favorite thing about Conifer?
I love the community here. I walk down the hallway and I see so many familiar faces and friends and people I've known forever, and it's so cool. Nobody's a stranger to me, and I'm a stranger to no one, and that's really cool.
We're both here for HOSA. It used to stand for the Health Healthcare Occupation Students of America. Essentially, it's an organization for people who are interested in the medical field, whether that would be doing something where you're going to be needing to do CPR daily, hopefully not, or like life support stuff, nursing. We have people that are interested in being veterinary technicians, people that, want to pursue nursing routes, doctor routes, physician's assistants, just anyone who's interested in medical biology or things like that in general. And we have a lot of really interesting stuff that we do throughout the year. We run the blood drive for the school, and we have a lot of guest speakers that come in and talk to us. And then our main event is state conference, where we go and compete in events that we've selected to compete in. And it's really fun. It's a great time.
Awesome. And then what's your favorite thing about Conifer?
I think my favorite thing about Conifer is how, there's so many choices of activity. So, maybe for somebody who's more into arts, we have, theater and things like that. But for people who are more into, sports or whatever, we have a bunch of sports that also, people play football, basketball, volleyball. You can literally name a sport and we got it.
So DECA is professional, it's known as a business club. However, we're trying to shift focus away from that and more about how it's career development, and it helps you build professional skills in life rather than just business life. So, for example, I'm not going into the business field, but I joined DECA so that I can learn how to be professional and how I should act at my job.
What's your favorite thing about Conifer?
My favorite thing, probably all the different kinds of people and all the different kind of things you can join, and how every year there's always a new club or 2 new clubs that are made, and it just keeps expanding and growing as we evolve.
So student government is exactly what plans all of the pep rallies in the school and homecoming and prom. We do all of that, but what we also do is volunteer opportunities for students. So if you're in student government, you can be able to help and give back to the community, whether it's helping the homeless or helping the less fortunate.
What do you like most about Conifer?
What I like about Conifer is how tightly knit the community is everyone's kind of always there for each other. If we know someone went through something bad or something that's not the best situation they might need help on, we're always there to help them if they need a shoulder to lean on or just somebody to talk to about it.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you.
Welcome back from back to school.
We got a few announcements for you. First off is robotics team is looking for new members. They have so many different sections within robotics, such as marketing and programming. Most any interest you have can go to robotics.
They're super cool. I always see them in the hallways. I wish I could do it. I just don't at the time. Pinky promise you at the time, Ben.
Yep. Next up is we have parking spot painting this Saturday. Seniors, be there. $40, paint your parking spot, buy your paint.
Your own parking spot.
Mm-hmm.
Little confusing earlier.
A little bit. That's
Paint
okay.
your own. Okay.
What's next?
Anyway, speaking of painting, we have a new Instagram logo thing going on. If you're interested, you want to paint a logo for LoboTrax, LoboTrax's Instagram, feel free. Talk to Thompson, talk to Spiegel. They all know the information. Mm-hmm. There's also a QR code up here somewhere.
Ow! It just has to be a Lobo with a camera. Anyone can enter it. And the last announcement is we have, for students with ALPs, you have to take a survey today during loop, right now.
Right now.
That's it. All right. As always, I'm Giada Damana.
I'm Lila Devaney.
And remember, go Lobos!